The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency, Interlux Marine Paint, Maxima Fishing Line, and Okuma.
Hey folks, how you doing there? I'm over at Captree State Park right now, where the party boat fleet and charter boat fleet's been doing a pretty good job on sea bass and porgies out on the reef and wrecks. Fluke's been pretty good also, some bigger fish out in the ocean, some also in the bay, but still a lot of shorts around. Again, if you're looking for quality, Montauk with both striped bass and fluke, a lot of quality fish. They're still banging away at those big stripers on live eels and live spot. Fluke fishing still good. A lot of fish from 5 to 8 pounds, some up to 9 and 10 pounds. So definitely worth the trip out there while the fishing's hot. If you count weakfish among your favorite fish, there's a great run of weakfish going on now in Noyac Bay and Peconic Bay. These are those summer run fish, mostly 2 to 3 pounds, some up to 4 pounds, but a lot of them. Some of the catches, some guys are catching like 3 dozen fish, and that's great action on light tackle. Catch them on a high-low rig baited with squid, or you can get the small fixed hook Bridgeport diamond jigs with a strip of squid. They work really well on those fish also. Despite the high percentage of short fluke making up the action in most areas, we're still getting a lot of reports, and I'm getting a lot of photos of nice flukes scattered from all over, from the West End, Jamaica Bay, from Reynolds Channel, from Great South Bay, from up on the North Shore, up in the Sound, off Eaton's Neck. And this time of the year, August till the end of the season, which runs through September 21st, is prime time for those really big fluke. Good chance to get yourself a double-digit fluke. And if you're looking to target them and cut back on the number of shorts you're catching, you might want to consider going to some bigger baits. One of my favorites is a bluefish fillet on a tandem hook rig with a sliding hook. Mackerel fillets can also work really good. And it's snapper season. There's plenty of snappers around. A live snapper makes a great bait. In fact, there's a live snapper that caught the current world record fluke back in Montauk by Charlie Nappy. So again, spearing and squid combos they'll catch a big fish here and there. So will the gulp. They catch a lot of fish. But if you really want to just target the big fish, those big baits really do work well. Surf scene's been pretty stagnant right now, but there is one option that a lot of casters don't take advantage of, and that's the kingfish, northern kingfish. There are a lot of them right now along the South Shore beaches. Drop down to a smaller hook, get away from your typical striped bass or bluefish hook, like maybe a number 4 hook, and bait with worms. They love worms, sandworms or bloodworms. They'll also take clams, but I think you'll find worms work even better than the clams. And they're scrappy. They don't get real big. Most of them now are like 12 to 16 inches. A big one is 17, 18 inches, and they are very good eating. Elsewhere in the surf, Montauk still has those bluefish along the north side. Mixed sizes. They can be anywhere from 3 up to 15 or 16 pounds. So if you're just looking to bend a rod and you want to make the trip, Montauk's the place to go. The North Shore's got lots of small blues spread along like the Smithtown Bay Shore and east of there to Rocky Point and Mount Sinai. Best time is usually early in the morning or in the evening, catching them on small tins like 007s or on small poppers also. It's a lot of fun. It's also a good weekend to head down to your local dock. Like I said before, the snappers are in now, and they've finally grown up to a worthwhile size for catching, and it's the perfect fish for getting kids into fishing. So if you have some time this coming weekend, stop in at your local tackle shop. Some docks are better than others. Find out where the best fishing is. Take them down there for an hour or two and have a ball with the little bluefish. At the other extreme, we're still getting a lot of good reports from offshore, bluefin, yellowfin tuna, mahi. In fact, a youngster caught a 35-pound mahi this past weekend out at the Hudson Canyon. And there's a lot of mahi showing up inshore also, as close as 10 and 12 miles. Some big hammerhead sharks roaming around if you're into shark fishing. And still a lot of blues and some blue sharks and some smaller makos and browns. This offshore scene's good news this weekend. Starting Friday is the Babylon Invitational Tuna Tournament. It's the 60th annual, and as a kid I used to cart tuna off the dock for this tournament. With all these tuna around, it should have the makings of a good event. You can still sign up at the captain's meeting. It's tonight, 6 o'clock at the Babylon Village Dock. And even if you don't fish the tournament, the whole weekend they have rides for the kids. There's vendors there selling food. And, there's live music. It's really a nice weekend down there. So get down. If you're fishing the event, make sure your family comes down and meets you. And spend some time this weekend doing that. Until next week, I'm Fred Golofaro for thefisherman.com.
The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency, Interlux Marine Paint, Maxima Fishing Line, and Okuma.